of his pontificate. And Leo has been trying to use the soft power of the papacy to bring about a more peaceful world. And I think we can expect at Christmas, when
Christmas Eve, as you mentioned, it's particularly special this year because it's the first time in 3 that they've had this Christmas celebrations on. They've lit up the Christmas tree right there in the centre of Major Square for the first time in 3 years. And as you mentioned, a lot of people have come from around the West Bank in order to sort of take part in the ceremonies. It's a very close-knit sort of community of Christians and Muslims as well. And you can hear the mosque in the distance behind me, with the muezzin sort of about to call the faithful to prayer as the Christians in the square below commemorate Christmas or celebrate Christmas. I spoke to the mayor of Bethlehem earlier, and he was so glad that Christmas is back, because it has been such a difficult time for Palestinians living in the occupied West Bank. Because of what's been going on in Gaza, they stopped the Christmas celebrations in solidarity with those people. It's been a very economically tough period as well. So let's hear what the mayor of Bethlehem had to say to me earlier.
It was very important for the resilience of the people of Bethlehem, and because many people almost lost hope, and when you lose hope, it's the end. And we thought it was really crucial to reignite the spirit of Christmas, to reignite and to send the messages that everybody needs to hear from the Palestinian people.
And so, Bianna, there is a sort of renewed sense of hope as well, in the sense that there's a ceasefire in Gaza now, been in force since October. It's very fragile, but at least it's sort of seen as a step forward. The festivities here behind me, it's a chance for people in Bethlehem, so heavily dependent on tourism and on pilgrims, to open up their shops, open up their hotels and restaurants, and try and sort of earn some money, which has been in very short supply over the past couple of years as well. And in that sense, it is a hopeful time here, Christmas Eve in Bethlehem. Yeah.
All right, Matthew Chance, that tree does look beautiful, all lit up behind you. Thank you. And as thousands of families gather for Christmas Eve, all good little girls and boys are waiting for Santa to come and deliver their presents. So let's check in where Santa is right now. He is actually over Laos and has delivered, get this, nearly 1.8 million presents so far. The North American Aerospace Defense Command website, or NORAD, features updates on Santa's travels around the world. The tradition began in 1955 when a kid could phone the Operations Center asking for Santa Claus. Well, for more on Santa's journey across the world this Christmas Eve, let's bring in NORAD's Major Jenny Gerenzi. So good to see you. Thank you so much, Major, for taking the time. I know you are busy following and tracking Santa, so I won't take up too much of your time here. But as we noted, NORAD has been tracking Santa's path over Christmas Eve for decades now. What's the very first sign that you look for when you know that he's officially left the North Pole?
Oh, well, first I'll say good morning and Merry Christmas, and thanks for having this conversation with me. It's our pleasure to connect with you and tell you about the NORAD Track Santa story. So what we've noticed over roughly 7 decades is, although Santa doesn't file the exact same flight plan every year, we do notice trends that, so we can sort of make some predictions. So in and around like the 0400 Mountain Standard Time here dark and early in Colorado Springs, that's typically where we start to, make preparations. Like we're ready. We're expecting some traffic from the North Pole, and usually that's the case. So that's what happened this morning. We started tracking at 4 a.m. here, and we're 5 hours in at this point.
And
so
always
been very busy since that time.
Always on Santa, always on schedule. Good on Santa for that. Over the years, we've seen the development of technology from radars to satellites, even social media tips from kids. How has Santa tracking technology evolved over the years from just what you yourself there have at your disposal at NORAD?
Yeah, so how NORAD tracks Santa is this. We use the same capability that we use 24/7, 365 in the defense of North America. So in our daily mission of aerospace warning, aerospace time warning for North America, we have a suite of complementary multi-domain defense systems, radars, satellites, and even fighter aircraft over North America. So the mission doesn't change for us very much on the 24th. It just becomes one day of the year where we have one very special aviator who we pay particular attention to, not because he needs our help, but because we're happy to escort and hopefully sneak a peek. Some of our pilots are so lucky when they're airborne. So that capability, yes, technology evolves, but those three systems of radar, satellite, and aircraft is really the backbone of how NORAD conducts its mission 24/7, 365. And separate from that, in the call center here, we have roughly 1,000 people, headquarters personnel, both Canadian American, community members. We partner with a lot of amazing contributors and local volunteers who are just so excited to be part of what's happening here in this hangar today with all this activity behind me. This is where we help kiddos around the world connect what NORAD is tracking, and so we can tell children and update them in real time. So that's what's happening here in this call center, just over to my left here. It's about 100 or so volunteers per hour.
Well, we know that Santa travels faster than anything that humans have built. What's the most impressive maneuver that you and your team watch for every year that Santa has displayed?
I wish I was a pilot and I could tell you, a first-hand experience. What I can say, from everything that I've heard, is that Santa is a very trustworthy, responsible aviator. He doesn't like to throw those sort of last-minute surprises or any sort of unsafe flying. So we have never really seen anything like that. We're not really surprised. He's very responsible. Takes very good care of his reindeer. He has a long way to go. It's a long day for him, so I don't think he's trying to look to do anything crazy up there. Just get the job done.
Get the job done. Well, we know, and you've mentioned, that kids around the world are tracking Santa. They've been doing this for so many years. I'm just wondering, from your perspective, Major, how meaningful is having the opportunity you do? You serve our country, you defend our country, and you also get to track Santa. That's pretty special.
It's so nice. It's such a lovely program. It really, if I could just zap you here just to get a feel for the very jovial spirit and sense of community and that extension of that across the world. It's just so nice to be a part of it. It's something that connects everybody, across the world, across the continents. We all sort of have that joy and love of Christmas time and that connection at the root of everything. It's just bringing people together. So that is just so nice.
Well, we can feel that joy and love here. Major Jenny Gerenzi, thank you for your service every day of the year, especially on this day when you are helping all of us track Santa. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you.
Right back at you. Thank you so much. Enjoy Christmas.
You too. And one last check on Santa's progress. He and the reindeer are now over China. They aren't messing around, moving super fast here to make sure every child gets their gifts. All right, stay with One World. There's more news coming up right after this short break.
If you forgot your pajamas, Emirates has got you covered.
What we need more of in this world is that people talk to each other and we try to solve common challenges. Cooperation is still indispensable, but it looks different from in the past. It was easier to get multilateral agreements. Today we will see cooperation in a different way. It's very important that we see also substantial growth in the developing countries and also in the emerging economy. I'm overall optimistic. There are, of course, obstacles, especially when it comes to investments that we have to overcome. So that's what we're working on, that we see a continuation of foreign direct investments to the developing countries. Organizations and countries are now adapting to a new reality that is more competitive world.
This is Uganda's windy Bianna forest, one of Africa's most biodiverse ecosystems, home to mountain gorillas, once nearly extinct, but thanks to local heroes and communities, their numbers have risen from 300 to nearly 460. A beacon of hope for conservation. Be part of the movement. Find out more on cnn.com/down-to-earth in conjunction with Rolex and its Perpetual Planet Initiative.
Abby brings all sides to the table with the biggest debate to wrap up their day.
I hear they're saying Trump leaves, and do you use it today?
Tonight at Abby Pillow, Tuesdays and Saturdays on CNN.
This is CNN.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky seems to be willing to make some concessions to Russia in talks to bring the war to an end. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, he gave details on the two-point plan being negotiated. Zelensky laid out potential terms for the withdrawal of Ukrainian forces from parts of the Donetsk region, which are not currently occupied by Russia. The eastern region has been a key sticking point in the negotiations so far. CNN Bashir is live in London for us this coming after another massive attack on Ukraine by Russia just this week. What are we hearing from President Zelensky here, and how is the Kremlin responding at all?
Well, this certainly has been quite a frank discussion with reporters by the Ukrainian president, as I mentioned, following a wave of significant large-scale attacks carried out by Russian armies on Ukrainian territory. But this also comes after a round of talks between a Ukrainian delegation and US officials, as well as a Russian delegation separately with US officials in Miami, which wrapped up over the weekend. And it appears that there has been some progress in those mediation efforts in trying to hammer out finer details of that 2020 peace plan. And according to Zelensky, he has now moved the needle somewhat when it comes to the potential concessions on ceding territory in the Donetsk region. We know that President Putin has long insisted on the ceding of territory by Ukrainian armed forces. Negotiations. It appears as though Zelensky, according to reporters who were speaking to Ukraine, is now open to potentially withdrawing Ukrainian troops from Donetsk, including Kramatorsk and Bianna. These are fortified cities which have long prevented or faced destruction from Russian armed forces advancing further deeply into the heart of Ukraine. So this would be a significant concession made by Ukraine. In return, Zelensky has said that Russia would be expected to also withdraw its troops from parts of Ukrainian territory to an equal amount of territory essentially ceded by both sides, and essentially create a demilitarized zone as part of the ceasefire agreement. Of course, this is a hugely significant part of the 2020 peace plan. There are a number of other areas that have been focused on over the course of these discussions, namely, of course, sovereignty for Ukraine, security guarantees when it comes to the backing of Ukraine coming from the US, European and NATO allies, as well as a reconstruction plan, an economic reconstruction plan, so firm commitments from international partners, including the United States. This is a broad-ranging plan. It it appears as though there has been, according to the Ukrainian side, some signs of progress there. On the Russian front, the Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said that it would be unconstructive to report at this stage about the details of that plan, but they will be moving forward in those discussions and keeping communications open over the coming weeks.
Thank you. CNN has learned exclusively that the Department of Justice is now scrambling to find prosecutors to volunteer over the holidays to help redact and review more files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. More of those files could be released over the next few days. The White House was downplaying the latest disclosure of more than 30,000 files, including many that reference President Trump, even suggesting that some of them are false. President Trump has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein. Now, among the new revelations, an apparent FBI email that mentions 10 possible co-conspirators, most of their names fully redacted. CNN's Caitlin Jones joins me now live in Washington. So a new wrinkle here, those 10 co-conspirators named by the FBI's names have been redacted. What more are we learning about that information and how the White House responded?
Bianna, this is essentially a blip among many documents the Justice Department has re-released from their Epstein files. On this particular one is an FBI email talking about one another the day after Jeffrey Epstein's arrest in 2019. And what they're talking about is the potential needing to subpoena different witnesses to the grand jury, or even the people that they would potentially call 10 co-conspirators. Now, at that point in time, it's not a legal term, and ultimately, a year later, there was a co-conspirator that was charged with a crime. That is Ghislaine Maxwell, who ultimately went to trial and was convicted. But this is just an illuminating document into the investigation around Epstein that was picked up by Manhattan federal prosecutors in 2019, or around 2019, that led to the arrest of Jeffrey Epstein and then the criminal case also against Ghislaine Maxwell. What we learned from that case trial, it sort of creates a bookend to this time period of this investigation. The main takeaway from that trial is that Jeffrey Epstein was often benefiting himself by sex trafficking minors or Ghislaine Maxwell. There may have been other high-profile in the circle, but no one else was ever accused of a crime. This is the sort of thing we're seeing on their lips. I knew that word in a very broad way, but there are other pieces of information about the investigation coming out, including in 2021 when Donald Trump was president, internal discussion at the Justice Department about seeing Donald Trump on flight logs, wanting to make sure that people were not surprised down the road that Donald Trump had flown on a private jet with Epstein. Trump, of course, also never charged with any crime, has not been accused of wrongdoing in this. And a subpoena in 2021 of Mar-a-Lago relating to the employment records of someone there. We know that an accuser, Ghislaine Maxwell, in 2021 had said that she was working at Mar-a-Lago whenever she was recruited into this network and then used by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. That would have been Virginia Giuffre. But this is a moment too where there's still work to be done by the Justice Department. They are calling for volunteers. They're trying to enlist attorneys over the holidays out of Florida areas to come in and work on more redaction of the Epstein files. And then they are also responding to the Justice Department. There was a Deputy Attorney General out now, Todd Blanche, posting a statement to produce documents. Sometimes this can result in releasing false documents because they simply are in our possession because the law requires this. Blanche trying to put context around information that's coming out, essentially with no context around it at this time. Bianna?
Yeah, and so could be more documents released over the course of the next few days as well. Thank you so much for breaking it all down for us. Southern California is dealing with a dangerous scenario unfolding as a powerful storm is in the region. Around 120,000 homes and businesses are currently without power due to the intense weather, and it's not over yet. The next round of rain is being in, triggering flash flood warnings and landslide risks. Overnight in Ventura County, heavy rain caused rocks to slide onto a highway. Officials warn that this could be one of the wettest Christmas Eves on record. Los Angeles could see anywhere from 2 months worth of rain to nearly half a year's worth in just 1 week. CNN's Julia Vargas-Jones joins us now from Altadena, California. Julia, when is this weather going to end, and how is it impacting those who have been traveling or are just hoping to gather to celebrate the holidays?
It's going to impact everybody, Bianna. The officials are saying, yes, this is a weather for Christmas for this holiday, but it is better to be safe than sorry. There's so many different advisories, warnings, and even evacuation orders here in the Palisades area. Of course, the main concern is what happens in those burn scar areas right behind me here. These are the San Gabriel Mountains. That was what we saw burn during the Eaton fire. All of that water is bringing down debris, it's bringing down trees, and it could be strong enough, gain enough power as it comes down those mountains to move cars, to move boulders, to move trees. You can see some of it already here in the background in this Altadena area. This, of course, 6 million people across the Los Angeles area, Southern California, I should say, under that high risk of flooding, rain that could bring flooding. And now we are under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's for today, up until 8 p.m. Pacific time today. We're expecting winds of up to 70 miles an hour. Those evacuation orders are only for some specific areas where homes are too close to those dangerous parts, so where the burn scar could bring flash flooding there, Bianna. But officials now are going door to door in the areas that are evacuation or warnings. That means that you don't have to leave your house, but you should start considering and making plans to leave if that warning becomes an order, and just explaining to people the kinds of danger that they could be facing if that does end up happening. And this will be in place at least until Thursday. The worst of it is still to come in the coming hours, but we're expecting it to continue through Christmas Day, and those warnings, those orders are expected to be in place through Thursday evening.
So important for everyone there to heed those warnings. Julia Vargas-Jones, stay safe. Thanks so much. And before we go, let's take a check on the markets. U.S. markets close in about 30 minutes time for the holidays. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. Green arrows across the board. The Dow about 0.5 percentage point. S&P 500 about 0.3 percentage point. And NASDAQ ever up so slightly. Hopefully, all of you will have a great day, a great holiday. I'll be back with you tomorrow. In the meantime, that does it for One World. Stay with CNN. By night, Turkey is up next.
Dear Africa, thank you for your energy, your inspiration, your voice. We've watched in awe with every call made, every story shared, every dream chased. And today we celebrate 300 million people connected as one Indian nation. The future is alive with endless possibility, and it starts with just one simple word.
Yellow.
You immediately start questioning what it is and how does it exist. This disorientation with what's real and what's not. That art can exist in just an empty space.
North of Doha in the Al Zubarah Desert, art mirrors the world, bending and shaping reality. Oliver Ellison's Shadows Travelling on the Sea of the Day is more than a sculpture. For Hamed, this dialogue between nature and human experience is at the heart of his creative journey.
When you walk through them, you realize that they're actually mirrors reflecting you, reflecting the ground, reflecting the sky, almost creating an abstract reality. From certain angles, the whole ring becomes one piece, so it reflects upon itself. You'll always find something new to look at.
Inside Africa. See a continent in transformation as trailblazers evolve culture, technology and industry across Africa and beyond. A colourful tradition is revived as Motobo women embrace house painting.
I would like to welcome the world to come and see the beautiful homes at Matobos.
Inside Africa on CNN in association with Zenith Bank. On Tomorrow Transformed, we look at how clean energy is transforming businesses and lives, replacing fossil fuels.
There is more solar energy hitting the Earth than is contained in all of the world's fossil fuels.
Developing dependable solutions.
Our technology can power anything from telecommunication towers to clinics.
And decarbonizing the aviation industry.
It is critical to be able to decarbonize long-haul airlines.
Tomorrow Transformed, this weekend, in association with NX Nippon Express.
This is CNN. In a world packed with noise, facts matter. That's what we do here. This is The Brief.
Business is all about making connections. But some connections are easier to make than others. With a CNN partner hotel, the world is always at your fingertips. CNN partner hotels, connected to your world.
The biggest trends, the latest business ventures, and the boldest investments pushing the continent forward.
We're all required to build a better Africa.
Who will see profits? What opportunities will come? Where will growth take shape?
We've positioned ourselves within the community that we want to empower.
And how will it all impact the global economy?
We want to provide people with opportunities for them to be their best, to build meaningful careers.
Join me, Zain on Marketplace Africa.
This weekend on CNN.
I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta in Atlanta. And this is CNN.
After dark, Istanbul is pulsating with lots of energy.
There is a bit of everything for everyone in this city at any time of the day or the night.
Being an Istanbulite means like you feel comfortable in any neighborhood with any community. You will be welcome no matter who you are and where you are.
Istanbul never sleeps. You never feel lonely. I mean, for some people, it might be too much. They call it chaos, we call it home.
Istanbul feels like it's constantly on the edge of tradition and modernity. And nighttime brings out the soulful side of Istanbul, I think. Istanbul is a booming, vibrant, energetic city. It's like an upbeat jazz tune. I really love living my life fast, you know. I like fast drumming. I love driving fast. And this city is a fast city, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that. Istanbul is a fast city. You have to be fast to be able to make it in Istanbul. I'm Ferit Odman, a jazz drummer from Istanbul, and I hit things for a living. This city inspires me a lot, actually. From the chaos to traffic or the calm moments by the Bosphorus, they're like they all blend in my music and my drumming in a way. It has a lot of chaotic things going on at the same time, but also Istanbul is a perfect blend old traditions and the modernity also. We have both things going on at the same time. Like you would see side by side churches and mosques, shopping malls, old bazaars.